Okay, let's move forward with the AWS Connect Contact Center training. We're looking at contact lens, and we just went over a very simple example using evaluation forms. So we're going to go back down to evaluation forms now, and we're going to look at another example. Okay, so what we're going to do is create a new form, and we're going to look and call this just give it a name. You can name it anything you want, but it's always good to make sure that you understand what the name means. And so far, I'm failing miserably at that because the first one was agent support, the second one was customer help. I got to be more specific on what I'm doing. Like, so this originally, I was going to focus on cancellations and try to prevent the customer from canceling. But let's just call it help. I'm going to call the first section um, improve sentiment. Okay, and I'm going to put here determine if agent improves the customer sentiment. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to ask a question here. I'm going to say, did the agent help the customer? And single selection answers are yes, no. Now let me add another question. Um, did the agent greet the customer appropriately? Okay, so now let's say this is yes or no. Now let's add another question. Was there high idle time? And notice I didn't define what the high idle time is. So let's suppose it's 45 seconds. If it's 45 seconds, there's no speaking with the customer and agent. Probably not a good thing, but you can define a rule that says, okay, if there's no interaction for 45 seconds or 60 seconds, then you know the idle time was too high. So just keep that in mind. Was there high idle time? Yes, no. Okay, now I'm going to come up here and I'm going to set the scoring for this form. I'm going to enable scoring, go back to the section, and let's go to the scoring of this, okay? So did the agent help the customer? If yes, give him 10 out of 10. If no, give him 0 out of 10. Did the agent greet the customer appropriately? Um, if yes, we give him 10. If no, we give him, let's say, a 5. And I'm doing this only because I didn't teach the agent how to greet the customer. I don't have a rule which says the customer has to say these several phrases. So I'm just, and like I said, I'm not doing a very official evaluation form here. I'm just showing you very basically what you can do here. Was there a high idle time? Yes and no. Once again, we haven't defined what a high idle time means. But let's score this. Um, if there was high idle time, let's say we give them a 3, and if there wasn't, we'll give them a 10. So this is the other thing is what does this question mean, and how do you score the answers to this question? So let's let's create first of all, and let's preview. Okay. So now, like I said, if I were a QA agent or AWS connected man, I would go in and look at this agent customer interaction, and I will be given, and I could hear the sound files and the transcripts. I could see the transcripts. I could see how much idle time is there and do a sentiment analysis of the customer. And based on that, I could basically answer these questions. Did the agent help the customer? Yes. Did the agent greet the customer? Good enough. Um, was there high idle time? Yes. Okay, this agent got a 76 on my evaluation. So now let's go back and do it again. Did the agent help the customer? Yes. Did the agent greet? Um, I'm going to say no. Was there high idle time? I'm going to say no. And I'm going to preview the results. Well, I got a better score, but this is going to be much more precise, right? Uh, the score was an 83. This is going to be much more precise because what I'm going to do is define how the agent has to greet the customer. They have to say certain phrases. Hello, hello, welcome to Walmart or whatever the company is. Is there something I could assist you with? We're going to mandate that certain phrases are said during the greeting, and they're going to be rated based on whether they say them or not. And we're going to try to automate it so we don't have to do it manually and listen to the voice recording or whatever. Um, so, like I said, then you could go and activate this, and basically, what it means to have these things activated is you got certain versions of these things. And basically, when you're a QA agent and you're looking at customer interactions, you could say, let me evaluate them with this this evaluation form. I could use this evaluation form, but either case, I could evaluate them two different ways. And and like I said, the ideal use case is that there is an evaluation form here, which is intelligently and automatically evaluating and submitting results to the QA agent, right? So anyway, that's really all I wanted to show in this demo. Now, there is a very, very interesting way to go about uh, doing this, learning this properly, and we'll show you a little bit of that soon too. Thank you for joining.